everybody. My name is Nightfireox. Welcome back. Tonight we are reading some Omniscient Reader. We are 3 weeks behind. Oh my gosh. Could you believe it? Me being 3 weeks behind on Omniscient Reader. And I have not read these. I have not read Omniscient Reader in 3 weeks. Like, I'm binging right now, guys. Like, I need it. Anyway. So, we've got Kubera tomorrow, Eleceed Friday. We're not doing Kubera on Saturdays anymore. It's just far... I mentioned this Sunday. It's far too difficult to do Kubera on Saturdays. Typically, my brother and I do the otaku list on Saturdays. And if we're not doing that, then I'm got photographing going on. Or something else. So it's just too difficult to have... It's too much. It's like spreading the butter too thin, you know? So, we're going to do Kubera for Thursdays instead. And we're going to permanently move Kubera to Thursday. Sundays, Tower of God, new chapter reaction as always. I am... working on the not recaps, my bad. I am working on... sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I am working on the catch-ups. I'm working on the Tower of God reread first. And then, let's see, after that, it'll be the Kubera catch-up. And Eleceed, I think those are the three that need to be caught up. By catch up, it'll probably be 2 episodes, 5 episodes each, to try to catch up just a little bit. And by catch up, I mean just so that way you guys have more episodes that we missed out on in the past. I won't be streaming those live. It'll be much easier for me on a day that I have off to react to them offline and post them on. Because a lot of you guys... come in and watch on YouTube anyway, rather than on Twitch, so it's not that big of a deal. And there we go. There was not a stream yesterday for solo leveling, if anyone's on here for that. Unfortunately, I hurt myself. So, that was the literally life story of somebody like me, a disabled person. Literally, I was cleaning yesterday, bent down to pick something up, stood back up, and threw out my back, and was in bed the rest of the night. So, we will have solo leveling. It will not be on YouTube. It'll only be on Twitch, but just in case some of you solo leveling guys are looking for what's going on. And then the following week, I was sick. So, sorry about that. But we will have solo leveling again. Alright, so let's see here. What are we doing? We need to turn the music back on. That's what we're doing. Excuse me. Let me pull this over here. Let's see here. Trying to find it. Here we are. Okay. So, last thing I remember. We took down, I mean Dakja. I really have a tendency of throwing myself into things. But Dakja took down that cash camp, or I forget exactly what they called it. I'm sure they'll say it. But they took it down. He saved... names are hard. He saved the plagiarist. I know what she is. It's hard to recall names sometimes. And I know you guys will remind me in the comments, and I'll be like, yes, I know. Because it's always just like in the moment I forget them, and then later I'm like, oh yeah, that's what their names are. But I know who they are, it's just remembering their precise names. Especially because even though her name's been she's been introduced to us, she hasn't been in the story very long yet, as her actual self. So she's just been referred to mostly by the plagiarists, and that's what I have learned her name as. So anyway, so they've made a temporary pledge together now. So that's kind of where we are at this point. So let's get started. Okay, I'll sign it. Temporary pledge. 1, Dr. Kim, and there we are, Soo-young. I like how it's been there this whole time. Dr. Kim and Soo-young Han will be under a contract until the end of the current sub-scenario. 2, both parties will not harm each other until the end of the sub-scenario. 3, both parties will take turns sleeping to bypass the sleep penalty. 4, click to expand. 5, click to expand. 6, Soo-young must follow doctor's orders while the contract is in effect. 7, Soo-young will cooperate with Doctor in order to clear the scenario during the contract and follow his orders as long as it does not threaten her life. 8, Doctor will protect Soo-young while the contract is in effect. 9, the contract will come to an end as soon as the sub-scenario is complete. Any violations will... I'm not sure what it says, but in the extinction of the violator's physical block, whatever. Okay, but under one condition. We have to share our intel. I have a lot I want to ask you. Just what the hell is your attributes? Omniscient Reader, Episode 70, Chapter 15. The World Without a King. And you better not lie. I have the lie detection skill. Character Soo-young Han has activated the skill Lie Detection Level 1. She actually does. I don't even have that skill yet. I don't know either. What? Character Soo-young Han has confirmed that you are telling the truth. Is this thing broken? Nope, it isn't. I'll answer 3 questions. You've already used 1 up. How could you not know your own attributes? I really don't. Next question. Why did you give up the throne? I knew she'd ask me that. You ruined my plan by doing that. If it weren't for you, do you know how hard I'd work to stop the world from ending with those idiots? If I had the throne, we would have already been in the next scenario, and Seoul would already be in ruins if you were on the throne. Character Soo-young Han has confirmed that you were telling the truth. Ding! It really must be broken. It's working just fine, and it's not just you. You would have been doomed no matter who sat on the throne. Character Soo-young Han has confirmed that you were telling the truth. How do you know that? What number renouncer are you? He's telling the truth. How is it that you know something even I don't? I'm not a renouncer. Ding! Character... He told her! That's awesome! Character Soo-young Han has confirmed that you were telling the truth. Whoosh. How much of TWSA have you read? You've used up all 3 questions. But this is the most important one. Answer me. No, it can't be. No one could have been mad enough to... Mad? Dash. Footsteps? Something's coming. What is it? They look vaguely human, but... Dash. Personal skill, character profile activated. I love how they just dog on his hobby. No one could, or the fact that he liked it, no one could have been mad enough to read all of it. Like, dang. I think part of it is that I have hobbies that people are like, that's so weird for a 25-year-old to do. And I'm like, it's not really all that weird. They're my personal hobbies. That'd be like me going up to somebody who, like, I love playing video games, so don't get me wrong. But that'd be like me going up to somebody who's playing video games and be like, video games are so weird. Which, for some of, if I have any, like, teenagers or anyone who's watching, I think it's kind of crazy because me going into high school... even in elementary school, video games were not like what they are today. you were 100% a nerd if you played video games, and a lot of people didn't like share that information with people. When I was growing up, it was something you kept to yourself. It really got popularized by YouTube and other social media platforms, and I think people realized that there's just a lot more people who play video games than what was originally thought, and there was a turning point. I'm not going to name any YouTubers or anything like that, but there are YouTubers that paved the way for that as well, where more and more people were like, oh wow, video games are cool. But at one point they weren't cool. And it was like, her response would have been what, like, I can't believe you actually played that, or a whole bunch of different things. It's very interesting to see how something that was taken as, oh, this is for nerds, by nerds, to, wow, this is a very popularized thing and everybody enjoys some aspect of it. This character's information cannot be viewed using character profile. This character does not have a registered character profile. They're not characters? Grr. Where are they? They're humanoid demons. They're around here somewhere. They destroyed the coin farms. Ooh. Ah. Slash. The Wanderers all had their own way of survival. Some chose to remain as humans and run coin farms, while others give up their humanity and live on as a new species. That's interesting. They must have used the meteorite. I know him. He's a renouncer. How do you know that? I can just tell. It's my power as the last renouncer. I can see the stats and attributes of all the other renouncers, except for his, because he never renounced. Come to think of it, Mencia mentioned that. First disciple came to see him as soon as the scenario began. It was because she could spot other renouncers with her skill. That's why I was suspicious of you. Is that right? My skill didn't work on you when you were obviously a renouncer. There were a few people who refused to join me, and he's one of them. I didn't give him much thought because most died right in the beginning, but look at him now. So what the hell is he supposed to be? His name is Minu Song. Minu Song? He's not a character, but I've definitely heard of that name before. Minu Song. Something's different about him. He's not like the other renouncers. Using my skill on him, it says he's a renouncer who's only read chapter 173. Interesting. I found you! Tier 6 humanoid demon werewolf Minu Song is checking its surroundings. Survival activities, category sub, difficulty C+, clear conditions, survive in the ruined city for 10 days. You must 1. Eat 3 meals a day, 2. Sleep for 6 hours every night, 3. Pay a survival fee of 500 coins before going to sleep. If you fail to perform any of the 3 conditions, you will be met with the penalty. Duration, 10 days. Reward, none. Penalty upon failure, death. This is a scenario where the coin event is applied. All monsters that appear during the scenario have a chance to drop coins when defeated. Excuse me. Alright, next one. Hey, Daksha, didn't you hear me? Stop reading that crap and go get us some snacks. Oh, he was a bully. Great. Ah! Oh, ow. Was it you who destroyed my coin farm? Tier 6 humanoid demon werewolf Minu Song has activated the skill Carnivorous Threat level 5. Character Suyong Han has activated the skill Mental Barrier level 3. What are you doing? Kill him now! Character Suyong Han has partly nullified the effects of Carnivorous Threat. Doctor? Your movement has been slowed due to the effect of Carnivorous Threat. By the way he talks, it's undoubtedly Minu's song. How is he a renouncer? Your will to fight has reduced due to the effect of carnivorous threat. There's no way a jock like him would have read the novel. You look familiar. I always think this is funny, like, when people make assumptions like this. Like, there's no way that nerd would like this, or there's no way a jock. High school is a fun time. In reality, when you leave high school and become part of what they call the real world, you learn that it doesn't matter. Or at least you should learn that. You should learn, like, for him, in his case, he's thinking of him as the bully who bullied him in high school, so it's hard to see him as anything else. But it's, like, people have their own interests, and I think, especially in high school, people will hide what they truly like to fit in, and I always just found that so pointless. Like, if they don't like me for who I am, then who cares? I don't really care. You don't want friends like that, to begin with. Friends who don't like you for who you are aren't worth your time. You look familiar. You nerd. I can't believe you're into this crap. 10 ways to what? What's so fun about it? Oh, I remember. You know me, right? Nope. Really? I think you do. Could it be because he read the novel, then? Your will to fight has reduced due to the effect of carnivorous threat. I find this very interesting, too, that his wall breaker, didn't kill, like, it didn't kill the entire effect. Which makes me think, if this doesn't level up, then eventually, like, his skill, like, the higher someone else's skill is compared to his skill, will play a major role in how much it takes and how much it doesn't in the future. It's kind of what it seems like. Who would have guessed that a loser like you would survive this long? You were always reading that thing. My arms have gone weak. Tier 6 humanoids may be strong, but I've even managed to beat a Tier 5 fire dragon. I can't lose to someone like him. My new song, your high school buddy. This is great. I was wondering if you were still alive. Let's get it together. I still have. Personal skill, the fourth wall is shaking. Or maybe it's because of the fact that he is scared of this person in real life, so the fourth wall isn't doing the full effect. Fourth wall skill? I finally get it. It's not that he's strong, the problem is with me. The skill didn't work properly that time. When I entered Junghyuk's body in the first person point of view. Damn it. I think I finally get what the fourth wall does. You know that thing you used to read? Personal skill, the fourth wall is shaking. Where can I read the rest of it? The fourth wall. I've had this personal skill from the beginning. I still don't know everything that it that it can do, but I do know this for sure. Crash. This skill. Oh. Makes it so that I perceive this world as fictitious. Crack. The omen of the Great Hall. Looks like a regular old rain cloud. Is it going to rain again? I sense that some things felt different at times. Unlike the real world, I was able to make quick decisions, as if I were looking at myself from an outsider's perspective. It was all possible, because I had the fourth wall. What the hell are you doing? Smack. Pow, pow. You told me I could count on you, Drip. Why the hell are you just lying there? Omniscient Reader, Episode 71, Chapter 15, The World Without a King. Smack. You told me I could count on you. Thwack. Slash. Why the hell are you just lying there? The fourth wall refers to an invisible wall that exists between the audience and the actors on the stage in a play. It divides the two groups so they cannot interact with each other. The fourth wall still makes me perceive reality as a novel. Ah, that hurt. But if it is shaking, that must be because I recognize Menu's song as reality. It was a special power-up event. What? Where's the fun in winning so easily all the time? There's gotta be some adversity to make things interesting. Right. Is that why you were passed out? I had some things to mull over. Many constellations are relieved. They're like, oh, he didn't die, thank God. Do you know that guy? I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I overheard what he said. Yeah, I do. He traumatized me a little when we were young. He traumatized you a little? That doesn't even make sense. So what is it? You can tell me? Let Big Sis help you out? Don't... Oh, this is her, I think. Sometimes when they have the chat boxes like this and you can't see them in the background at first, you think it's coming from them. But it's coming from her. So she say, that doesn't even make sense. So, what is it? You can tell me. Let Big Sis help you out. Don't people suddenly power up with a few words of encouragement in TWSA? I'm not Hyun Seong Lee. Hurts more than usual where I was hit, Thrub. Almost forgot that the fourth wall also works to alleviate pain. Look at him, Doctor. There's no way that thing is human. The Menu Song who used to build you is no more. What you see in front of you is just a humanoid monster. I'm 28 years old now. And I'm 28 years old now. I'm no longer the 17-year-old whose biggest problem is his school bully. I like this. It just goes into the fact that this is what I really, really love about having protagonists who are older in age. Because you get a lot of protagonists who are like 17, 18 years old. That's just like the general rundown with a lot of comics. It's not a specific problem to Korea or Japan or anything. It's just, I guess people like to write about their younger years, and that's fine. But it's just so much better, for me anyway, to have something like this, because it, you know, a lot of us can well, us older people can relate to this, that, you know, it kind of when you see somebody from high school that like gave you trouble or something, even now, you like kind of think about like the crap they did to you. But when you really think about it and put yourself back in the present, what are they really gonna do? You're not in high school anymore, and the rules change, I guess, if you want to call it rules. They change after you graduate, and people don't necessarily care. They live their own lives. Most of the time, they forget you exist. I forget people existed up until I see them, or if I hang out with them enough. But this is very true. I'm no longer the 17-year-old whose biggest problem is his school bully. It takes you back into that moment. That's what Doctor's doing. He's going back into that moment, and he's realizing there's no need to be afraid of him. A constellation who likes revenge plus his reveal plot likes A constellation who likes revenge plots has revealed his nickname. Constellation, the one who overcame the trials a little too late, is rooting for you. We got a new constellation among us. Also, I like this panel here. I can't have the fourth wall. I shake every time I come across someone who's traumatized me. Damn, that would be my problem though, for real. A bounty scenario has been started. Bounty scenario, overcome trauma. Category sub, difficulty C, clear condition. A few constellations, including the one who overcame the trials a little too late, has requested that you undertake a bounty scenario. Overcome your trauma within the given time limit and rid yourself of the specter of your past. Time limit 1 hour. Reward, penalty for failure. You will be despised by the one who overcame the trials a little too late. He's basically saying, reward, I don't know, but your penalty is I will hate you, okay? but I really like this. This would be my sub scenarios if I were in here, for real. I relate to this so hardcore. Okay, guys, if you have to go to therapy for your trauma, here you go. Just imagine it like this. Bounty scenario, overcome your trauma, okay? You go to the therapist and you talk to them about your trauma. And your penalty is you'll be despised by me if you can't overcome it. I'm just kidding. And I don't know what your reward will be, but it'll probably be a big thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. And maybe a cookie. Bounty scenario, overcome trauma? With that blood off your nose and stand back. What? You've done enough. You have spent 6,000 coins on agility. Agility level 30 to agility level 40. Your entire body begins to feel as agile as the wind. You have spent 15,500 coins on strength. This dude just always flexing with his coins. Strength level 25, strength level 50. Your muscles are bulging like a monster. An unbreakable face special property has been activated. The ether affix has converted to hold. Hey, are you going to be alright? Personal skill, the 4th wall is shaking. I'll be fine. I've finished powering up. Glance. Dash. He got him. How is he moving so fast? Jump. Ah! You've spent 7,000 coins on agility. Agility level 40 to agility level 50. A flurry of swiftness overcomes your body. I love these panels so much. Slash! He took off his arm! Haha. I should not be laughing at that. I'm just like, haha, get pwned. Sorry, that's an old person word. Slash. Ah! Squirm. Physical regeneration is skill exclusive to werewolves. But his regeneration is too fast. Is he receiving protection of some kind? That's even better. The goal of the bounty scenario isn't to kill me, but to overcome my trauma. Consolation, the one who overcame the trials a little too late is focused on your next move. The constellations won't be happy if it were too easy. You have spent 8,000 coins on strength. Strength level 50 to strength level 60. You've garnered the interest of the giants with your strength. Your overall stats have neared the limit set for the scenario. Menu. I didn't get to greet you properly earlier. Kick his ass. Crack. Ah! Omniscient reader. Episode 72, Chapter 15, The World Without a King. By the way, this is the new one. But you know what? Don't you think you should have apologized the moment you saw me, if you had any conscience? Boy, am I glad to see you. Glare. Flinch. You piece of... Per skill, the 4th wall is shaking. Thud. Damn it. So Young was right. There's no such thing as a little trauma. This is very true, right here. I can speak from experience on that one. There is no such thing as a little trauma. I think a lot of times people downplay their trauma, either as a survival instinct, or to make it to seem to others that you're okay, but that's not true. There's no little trauma. And I think the other thing is some people will try to minimize what trauma does to people, but I really, really like this. It shows him as human. We've been seeing him as this confident person who's cutting and always 10 steps ahead, and these current chapters right now are showing a very different side to him. He's not surrounded by his friends anymore. He's relying on mainly himself. He's got the plagiarist with him, Soo Young, I believe is her name. So, yeah, Soo Young. So, there's a lot of things that you have to overcome it. trauma is something that can be overcome. It just takes a lot of time to overcome. I'm definitely stronger than him now. My fists are shaking. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it! Smack. Pow. Ah! Thwack. You used to be a loser who read fantasy novels all day long. But now that loser's all grown up. You don't seem to have matured at all since then. I love this. I really love this line right here. He says that you were a loser who just read fantasy novels all day. But this is true. You don't stay the same little kid forever. You grow up. You learn. You accomplish. And I really like, this is hitting home with me. You know? But now that loser's all grown up. Yes. You grow up, you get stronger, you're not the same person. And most of the time, abusers don't mature at all. They stay the same as they always were, and there's just no helping them. I'm not saying all abusers do, but most of them, they stay the same maturity level. They do nothing to help themselves mature or get better. They're just stuck, and you don't need those people in your life. I was helpless and weak. Ugh, pow! And all I did back then was read. Stop! Smack. I'll continue to have the same nightmares. And the 17-year-old Dr. Kim will forever be stuck in that moment. Jesus! I have not related. Like, I relate so hard to Doctor right now. Like, this is... Man. I think all of us who suffer from some kind of trauma, whether it was a bully, whether it was something that happened at home, whatever. Like, this is, by the way, a PTSD symptom, if you guys didn't know. Having nightmares of a reoccurring situation that happened in your life. I get them a lot. That is something that with PTSD does happen. So you could say that maybe he has a bit of PTSD from this situation. But I'll continue to have the same nightmares. And the 17-year-old Dr. Kim will forever be stuck in that moment. Yes? Please, stop! This is nowhere enough to make up for what he did to me. Ah! Stop! Thwack! Why should I? I'm sorry! I apologize! I didn't know better! Excuse me. I don't think you get it. I'm not beating you to get an apology out of you. Ah! Didn't know better? Sure, he probably means that. But I'm not the one you should be apologizing to. Oh, wow. And then his child self. This is... I really love how this is being visually brought to the table right now. I relate to this so much. I think a lot of us at one point in our lives wish that this scenario that's happening right now is something that would happen. And you know, for me, with my abuser, I didn't hit them, but it was kind of gratifying to me to be able to say what was on my mind to them. And it takes a lot of therapy and a lot of growing up and a lot of maturing and learning to get to that point. When I finally got to the point where I was able to say what was on my mind straight to them and not care, or maybe I was nervous, but for the most part, like, just not really care or realize that no matter what they did after that wasn't going to have an effect on my life because they weren't important to me. That is the most freeing moment. And this is, you know, the symbolizing of his inner child right here. This is something you hear a lot about. It's like your inner child is being freed at that time. What are you saying? I know he was just young and immature. That is just something... And it was just something stupid he did in his youth. I can understand that much now. And as an adult, I know I should stop this senseless violence, but... Jungiuk? What would Jungiuk have done? You've betrayed me. Die. You betrayed me in my last regression. Die. Die. Yes, that's what Young Yak would have done. I guess I still have some growing up to do. Personal skill to fourth wall is beginning to shake less. I still read fantasy novels. Whoosh. That's so awesome. Crash. Plop. Bounty scenario, overcome trauma. Category sub, difficulty C. Clear condition. A few consolations, including the one who overcame the trials a little too late, is requested that you undertake a bounty scenario. Overcome the trauma within the given time limit and rid yourself of the specter of your past. Time limit 1 hour. Word? Wow. Penalty for failure. You will be despised by the one who overcame the trials a little too late. The clear condition for the bounty scenario has been met. You're such a freak. How can you beat up a werewolf with your bare hands? All the other werewolves ran because you scared them. He's not dead yet. The fourth wall is no longer shaking at the sight of him. I may not fully overcome my trauma. I guess I've gained a little tolerance against it. I love this. This is awesome. Consolation. The one who overcame the trials a little too late is cheering you on. Consolation. The one who overcame the trials a little too late is offering you his stigma. Huh? What? He's offering me his stigma? Really? You have obtained the stigma self-justification. That's a heck of a reward. I don't know what that does, but it seems pretty important. Consolation. The one who overcame the trials a little too late is smiling at you in satisfaction. You have obtained the stigma self-justification. You now have a defense system that makes you impervious to trauma. Wow! That works so well with his fourth wall skill. Holy crap. Self-justification? Is that any good? Consolation. Prisoner with the golden headband is rolling on the floor laughing. Is this supposed to be a joke? Hey, aren't you going to kill this thing? Huh? I mean him. Do I have to? I mean, I won't be breaking any rules since it's not even human. And the consolation of being on this channel will love it if I do. It's a little categorized as the same species. Werewolf menu songs supporting consolation is glaring at you. Many consolations want you to take revenge. Let's just go. What? Really? Some constellations are disappointed by your hypocrisy. Are you really not going to kill him? He probably has a lot of coins. That's right. Many constellations are puzzled by your decision. Consolation's secretive planner is silently watching you. Then can I? Fine. You're going to regret it, though. Regret it? Well, you said I could, so swoosh. Stab. Ding, ding. Why am I getting so many notifications? Huh? What the hell is this? Demon King, the architect of Discord, has taken note of your presence because you killed the tier 6 humanoid demon, Werewolf Menu Song. The Demon King, the architect of Discord, will remember the incarnation who delivered the final blow. The Demon King, the architect of Discord, will send its subjects out to search for the incarnation who delivered the final blow. Final blow, see Young Han. He did the same thing to the other guy too. That's hilarious. I told you you'd regret it. I knew that had happened. You bastard. Sub-scenario survival activities. Category sub, difficulty C+, clear conditions, survive in the ruined city for 10 days. You must 1. Eat 3 meals a day. 2. Sleep for 6 hours every night. 3. Pay a survival fee of 500 coins before going to sleep. If you fail to perform any of the 3 conditions, you will be met with a penalty. Duration 10 days, reward none. Penalty upon failure, death. This is a scenario where the coin event is applied. All monsters that appear during the scenario have a chance to drop coins when you defeat it. Alright. Well, I think we're not going to read anything tonight because we did 3 chapters to catch up. But that was very interesting. I really, really enjoyed that. I think oftentimes just in comics and stuff alone, I think maybe because trauma is such a touchy subject for some people, that they leave it out, so like a really horrendous thing will happen and the characters will just move on like nothing happens, and that personally annoys me. I do not like that, because I think it takes away from us who do suffer from trauma, and I think it's relatable to see characters go through it. And I find it, like, obnoxious when people find that annoying, or they just want to get on with it, because in reality, if you're trying to write something that is very well written, I guess is the best way to put it, you would want that. You would want your characters to have a little bit of trauma. If this person bullied him so horribly in his past, right? Then it would be really weird if he didn't have, like, any kind of ramifications from that, or any trauma or anything from that. That just wouldn't happen. So I really, really, really love the attention to detail. I know this is coming from the novel, so I'm saying from the novel standpoint, and I know the novel is darker, so I'm interested to see how. But I really do love the attention to detail, the not skimming on it. It makes it very realistic, and I very much appreciate that. It makes me like the story that much more. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. If you're watching this here on Twitch and you haven't followed me, make sure you follow me. If you see this later on YouTube and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe to me and leave a like. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye!